And FM is a technology, frequency modulation, and it was the one that launched $250,000, was it 450,000 DX7s. We had a slight success with that product. The DX7 came out in 1983, and it really was the first digital synthesizer. And it was pure synthesis. And Dr. Chowning at Stanford University got the idea of watching a violin player draw a bow across a string. So now if you know violin, the bow causes the string to go into motion. That's what we call the carrier. It carries what we hear as the pitch. The left hand of the violinist can be applying vibrato, modulation to that string. So usually the modulation is 2, 3, maybe 4 times a second. What Dr. Chowning did electronically was speed up that modulator to match the speed of the string. So if the string was A440, he sped the vibrato up to 440. Now you can't get a human being to do that, so he did it electronically. And what he found was all of these harmonics or sidebands were thrown off. Harmonics are what the ear uses to identify a sound. So you can tell a trombone from a trumpet, all right, by its harmonic content. You can tell your friend's voice from a stranger's voice by the harmonic content. You can tell a quarter hitting the ground from a dime hitting the ground because the harmonics are different. It's how we identify sound. So once he started to realize you can get all the harmonics and now you could adjust the levels of them, when he doubled the speed of the modulator, he found that only the odd harmonics showed up. So now he had the square wave family. And this was amazing. This became a new form of synthesis. This is an 8-operator FM tone generator. That means it has 8 oscillators in each FM sound. So you can combine freely. And it has its own, I should mention, its own 128 notes of polyphony. So it is a separate engine. It doesn't steal from the samples or it doesn't add to the samples. It's a totally separate engine. And what ties these two engines together, of course, is the motion control synthesis engine. And there's no limit to what you can do with FM. I mean, it can sound very big and fat. It's really famous for the electric piano sound, but a lot of people have forgotten the FM is really unexplored territory.